Airtech Soldier here, and I am back to talk about The Bad Batch Season 1, Episode 4, and my thoughts on this episode. And my thoughts are, I am disappointed. This was a filler episode. I don't think that's what it was supposed to be. Because they bring back a character, well, they don't bring back a character, but they've brought this character in from another Star Wars series, and I think that's supposed to excite us, but to me, hell with it. It's Finnick. They brought back Finnick, okay? And I don't care. She's just not an interesting enough character for me. Okay, she was in The Mandalorian. She should have been dead, but Boba Fett saved her. So what? She wasn't interesting. This episode was boring. And I am just I'm just getting bored of this whole running from the Empire, trying to hide. I don't know. I need something else now. We've had this for 2 episodes now of the Bad Batch, pretty much just moving to planet and having to go on these little missions. And, it gets to a point we just like, okay, we're done now. Can we get to like an interesting episode? Can we get to like the Bad Batch finding out more about Omega, or finding out more about what's happening with the Empire? I want to see more of that, not more of the Bad Batch just, again, mission to mission and just boring. I was just bored. I mean, if you're going to bring back character, why did it have to be Finnick? I would have rather it been Boba Fett. That would have been actually interesting. Boba Fett, who has as well abandoned the Republic, like his dad. I mean, it would have been good to see the Bad Batch, interact with Boba Fett. I don't know if they're bringing Boba Fett into this show, but that would have interested me more than this. And again, yeah, I know Fennec, apparently people liked her in The Mandalorian. I thought she was okay, but does she excite me enough to enjoy this episode or come back again? No, I really don't care. She wasn't even that interesting in this show. I'm sorry, it was boring. There was nothing really exciting. I mean, okay, there was one exciting scene. That was a car chase, but that was it. And everything else in the episode was just talking, and more talking. And I just didn't care. Can we just wrap this stuff up now? Can we just get the Bad Batch doing something interesting, not just moving along? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm just massively disappointed, because we have got 3 great episodes, and then we get to this one, and I just think, yeah, we need to get over this, mission thing. We need to get to the point of the show, which is to find out what Omega is and to see the Empire being created. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of the Empire being created. I want to see the Empire take more control. See how the public are reacting to it. See if they all agree with it. See if there's people against it. I'd also love to see how the Separatists are doing. I want to see the Bad Batch go to a Separatist planet that's just been taken over by the Empire. I'm hoping that we get an episode like that soon. And this could have been a good episode to do that in. But, I don't know. I was just disappointed. But I'm going to go into spoilers now. And yes, I know I revealed, Finnick in the show, but I mean, come on. We all knew she was coming back into this show. So, I don't think it's that much of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm going to go into spoilers now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're done. Yeah, so this episode was pretty much just about the Bad Batch running out of supplies and pretty much going to a planet to resupply. Tech tells the crew that they've run out of food and they need to get more fuel for their ship, because Hunter wants them to go to a planet to hide out, but the ship's running out of fuel, so they have to go find some more fuel. Okay, that was stupid. Anyway, so they go to Pandora to resupply and to sell some equipment to get credits because they're running very low on that too. So when they arrive at Pandora, Heavy and Tech meet up with the I don't know, dock worker. I don't know what they call him. A dock worker, and the dock worker pretty much tells them he wants a bribe, but Heavy and Tech don't really understand this because they're not used to doing this because, you know, they work for the Republic. They've been working for the Republic, so it was a kind of funny scene to see, but it kind of got boring after a while as well. So they bribe the guy. He turns out he's working for a bounty hunter, Fennec, and Fennec tells him to stole the clones so she can grab Omega, because apparently there's not a bounty on the Bad Batch, there's a bounty on Omega. Now this to me is confusing because I don't think the Empire even know about Omega. They know about the Bad Batch. So I think they're missing a bit of story here. But that's when I realised this must not be the Empire then. This must be someone else. Now I think it's a Jedi, because that would make sense if someone's going to hire a bounty hunter and they're only after Omega. And again, I think Omega's force sensitive, and that could be something, a reason why a Jedi would hire a bounty hunter to grab Omega. Because I kind of don't think it's the Empire. I think the Empire would just, you know, order bounty hunters after the Bad Batch, not just Omega. So this to me is telling me that this is somebody other than the Empire looking for Omega. I did think it was the Kaminoans, but the Kaminoans pretty much told her to go with the Bad Batch. So, yeah, I don't think they'd have to go for a bounty hunter to find her. I think the Kaminoans are smart enough to, I don't know, put a tracer on her, or, I don't know, be able to send a signal to her or something. I don't know. But, yeah. But Hunter and Tech decide to go out and get the supplies for the ship, and they're going to sell one of their last remaining explosives to get some more credits. And Hunter does a dumb thing, and I knew as soon as he said Mega's coming with us, yeah, Mega's going to go off and run off and cause trouble, and then we're just going to get an episode of them chasing after Omega, and that's exactly what we got. We did get this scene where we saw the civilians of Pandora celebrating the clone troopers, you know, cheering for them, and I thought that was interesting. I would have loved to see more of it. Maybe them all having a celebration. There was massive parties going on about the end of the war. Because again, the Clone Wars is over, but nobody seems to care. The Empire seems to have just risen up out of nowhere, and everybody just seems to accept it. I don't see anybody celebrating the Empire. I don't see them, you know, I saw a bit of celebrations, but I'd expect a lot more. You know, like massive parades, parties. Like it was just so small. I didn't get that. But anyway, they get to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper does what a shopkeeper does. You know, he haggles, tells Hunter, yeah, you're not selling to the black market. I'll pay you a couple of 100 credits for the explosives. Hunter, you know, is like, yeah, you're screwing me over here. I'm not accepting that. And then the shopkeeper sees Echo, and Echo's wearing this helmet that makes him look like a robot because of his hands missing, and he has that robot arm on him. So the shopkeeper thinks that Echo is a droid and offers to buy the droid, and Hunter pretty much says to Echo, yeah, we need the credits here, he's offering a lot for you. And then we get this little funny scene where Echo says, I'm worth more than what he's offering, and Hunter says 4,000 credits, but they both agree on 3,000. And yeah, it was a funny scene, blah 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 blah. So Hunter sells Echo to a shopkeeper, which was funny, and it made sense because we all knew it was going to happen. He's going to escape, but they're going to rob the guy. So what? But at this same moment, Omega does what we all knew she was going to do: run off, which she does because she gets this dog, licking her. But the dog then takes the doll out of her hand, and Omega chases after it. Then bumps into Fennec. Fennec then has this scene where she notices Omega's hungry. They steal some apple things from some shop worker. And yeah, it was just boring, but there you go. Hunter manages to catch up to Omega. And Fennec and Hunter have a fight. Fennec wins the fight and then chases after Omega. Omega gets into the sewers to get away from her. She then bumps into Heavy, and Heavy makes sure Omega gets out of there. But Fennec fights him, and I didn't like this fight because Heavy's he's like massively strong. And Fennec just does this little move and then knocks himself out. And again, I thought that was boring. Why can't we have an epic fight between them? Why did it have to be done like so quick? Yeah, so that annoyed me as well. Omega then climbs all the way up at this tower and nearly falls off of it because Fennec fires at the door to open it. She nearly falls off the tower. Fennec grabs her, and Hunter steals a bike to rescue Omega, but Fennec drops her on a truck. They both land on the truck, and then we get this. Actually, it was an interesting chase scene. There was a good bit when the Pandora police are chasing, and Fennec shoots one of them, and they both crash. Very violent scene, which I actually enjoyed. But Hunter manages to get Omega back, puts a bomb on a vehicle that Fennec's on, blows it up, transport crashes, and Omega and Hunter get back to the ship. They pretty much... we then get this scene with Echo, because Echo needs to get all these droids together to fix the ship, because Tech was fixing the ship to make sure that the Empire couldn't identify the ship. And he brings the droids fix the ship up, and they get out of there. And then Hunter gets back to the ship with Omega. Heavy gets back as well, and they pretty much get away. And that's the end of the episode. It wasn't really an exciting episode. We then get the scene between Fennec and the person who was working at this dockyard. She pays the dockyard worker off and tells him to tell her when, if the ship comes back, to make sure he tells her. And she then tells the person who's hired her, Omega got away, but she's still on the job. And again, I think this is a Jedi. It doesn't make sense anybody else, because it's not going to be the Empire, because I don't think the Empire know about Omega. If they were, as I explained before, they'd send bounty hunters to the Bad Batch, not just to Omega. But yeah, that's the end of my review. A boring episode. I could have done with a lot more action and better story. It's not something I'm honestly going to see. I'm going to see what's going to happen. I can tell what's going to happen when you invite Omega to come with you on this trip, because we all knew what was going to happen. Omega was going to do something. They're going to have to chase after her, and that's just boring now. You've had too much of that. But yeah, that's it. If you like my review, give it a like. If you dislike my review, give it a dislike. And do subscribe if you like my content. Hail the Phantom Menace, long live CG, and fuck SJWs. Bye.